So how we doing, guys? It's your old pal Bobby Ganoush here once again. Out for a day hike up at Greenbelt Park as always. It is a beautiful, beautiful Wednesday. It's like in the mid to low 70s, nice and sunny, no humidity. It is spectacular. Today is the first day that I've had off in about a week from work. It's been really busy. We have a big sale coming up, so obviously they needed some of the extra help with a lot of the extra inventory that we have coming in. So I have no complaints at all. You know, I love being at work. I love being a part of that atmosphere. And as well, my bank account surely appreciates it as well. But, you know, I do have a few days off this weekend. You know, I get out of work at 4:30 on Friday, and then I don't have to be there until early on Tuesday. So, as always, you guys know exactly where I'm going to be. I haven't decided exactly where I'm probably going to start yet. I'm thinking of possibly doing the roller coaster in Virginia and getting a really nice workout so that I'm a little bit extra prepared for my big week-long trip coming up to start June. You know, getting in some extra day hikes and things. I actually went for a day hike after work just the other day. You know, I got out of work kind of early, so I was able to get up here. I love the longer days during the summer, spring and summer. You know, sundown isn't until like 8:30, which means the park doesn't even close till sundown. So I can get in some extra hikes after work, which is what I love. So right now I'm rocking my brand new trail running shoes. Yes, I got brand new trail runners. I've worn them on probably about 3 or 4 hikes now, and also a quick trail run. And I have to say, I am thoroughly, thoroughly impressed. I will talk about these later on down the trail a little bit. Until then, I want to get some miles in, get a good workout in. I got my day pack filled with a little bit extra weight than I typically do. I'm probably carrying about 15 or 16 pounds right now. And that's just to, you know, help with some of the extra conditioning kind of thing. Ah, man, what a beautiful, beautiful day. It's supposed to rain over the next couple days, so I won't be able to get my day hikes in. So that's why I want to be out today. Ah, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Gotta love it out here. Where else would you rather be? So everything is starting to get really nice and green now. You can see in the background everything here coming along very nicely, growing in. Now this will probably be one of my last trips to Greenbelt Park for the summer. And the reason for that is because Greenbelt Park is completely enclosed in. It is a hotbed for ticks. I mean, it gets so bad that you even have one of those like digital signs that you see on highways at the entrance to the park that says, "Wear your bug spray, look out for ticks." It just gets really, really bad. I hiked here a few times last summer, and every single time I probably had at least 2 or 3 ticks hanging on my legs when I got home, kind of thing. And now they're not deer ticks, but for the vast, vast majority of it is all wood ticks. So the likelihood that they're going to carry Lyme disease is very, very slim. But still, you want to stay away from those things. So because of that, this probably will be one of my last times hiking up at Greenbelt Park here. It's just too big of a hassle. So I will be venturing out to probably some places like the Billy Goat Trail over in Potomac, which is one of my favorite spots. And as well, Rosaryville State Park down in Upper Marlboro. I have a previous video going for a hike down there. And as well, exploring some places down in Northern Virginia and things like that as well. So I'll still be getting out and about, get my day hikes in. It just won't be here. You know, it's unfortunate to say because this is such a convenient location for me. It's only 5 minutes down the road, but it's not worth it if all I do is get covered in ticks every single time I come here. So, err on the side of caution. You know how it is. Oh man, this is beautiful out here. So, with this trip coming up this weekend, man, it's always so loud with the highway right there. So with this trip coming up this weekend, I will be switching things up in my gear set just a little bit. I'll still be bringing, you know, my typical equipment, but I'll be switching up, especially in regards to how I store my water and things, so I can drop a little bit of weight there. And as well, because of that, I'll be switching up how I go about packing my backpack. So I will see if I can do a quick video on something like that, or maybe it'll be something that I'll touch on my trip this upcoming weekend. But I will be switching things up just a little bit, you know, trying something new, seeing if I can drop my weight by a little bit more for the summer to keep everything nice and light for me. And we'll see how we go from there. Woo! So, all right, guys, let me put you away for a little bit. Let me get some good mileage in, enjoy this beautiful, beautiful weather, and I'll catch up with you guys further on down the trail to talk about my brand new trail runners. Oh yeah! Talk to you guys soon. Baba Ganoush out. All right, it's been a beautiful day so far. And you know, I've been moving at kind of like a relaxed pace. You know, I only really know one speed, and that's go. So obviously I'm still moving at a good pace, but I'm not cranking it up like I usually do out on the trail, where I actually have like a deadline to meet, and I also have a certain mileage that I need to do that day. Today, I don't have any time crunch. I don't need to be anywhere. You know, I needed to put my backpacking gear together, but that should only take me a couple hours. It's been a beautiful, beautiful day. I love being out here. You know, even though this is Greenbelt, I can still hear the roads and the highways around me and stuff like that. It doesn't matter. It's always good to just get out for a quick hike. Oh man, I am absolutely loving these new trail runners. Loving, loving, loving them. You know, it's taken me a little bit of time to get used to them. You know, they're brand spanking new. They're unlike any trail runner that I've ever had before. So it did take me a little getting used to, especially switching up the lacing pattern and things like that as well. And I have to say, I am loving them. Traction on them is fantastic. They're very lightweight, and they have a really nice wide toe box, which allows my feet to just kind of relax inside the shoes. So I'm not going to give it away what they are just yet. That's going to be something I'm going to talk about later on. You know, probably when I get home and stuff like that, I'm able to get off the trail. There are quite a few people out here. I was hoping to film my review of them out here, but with so many people that I've seen so far today, I just basically have to be stopping and restarting all the time. So I'm going to wait till I get home to give you the final reveal, give you my official review. But I have to say right now, I'm loving it. It's what a beautiful day. Beautiful, beautiful day. I am expecting rain over the next couple days, which kind of stinks. But at the same time, it gets the water sources nice and filled up. Nice and filled up. That's one nice thing about spring. The water sources are always running. Towards the end of summer. But springtime, it's always great. Get plenty of water, stay hydrated. It's not too hot and humid. I love spring and fall hiking. Whew. All right. So it's going on 2 o'clock. It's about 10 minutes to 2. Coming up on the last mile and a half or so. Mile and a half, 2 miles. You know, I'm moving pretty nicely today. So let me put you away. Let me get on down the trail here. I'll catch up with you guys as soon as I get home, so I can give you my official review of my brand new trail running shoes. Again, I'm not going to tell you what they are just yet. It's a surprise. I'll talk to you guys further on down the trail. Baba Ganoush out. So alright guys, just got back from my day hike, which I thoroughly enjoyed. Temperatures went up a little bit into the high 70s, so I'm chilling down here where it's nice and cool before I head on inside. So I want to talk to you guys about the brand new trail runners that I have. Let me go ahead, unlace them real quick here for you. I still have them strapped up and everything. So with these shoes, they are brand spanking new to me, so it's taken me a little bit of time to get used to them. But now that I've relaced them up a little bit, changed up the lacing pattern, and have had time to kind of get them molded and broken in, and as well just for me personally getting used to them, I have to say I'm thoroughly impressed. So these are them sitting right here, the Altra Lone Peak 3.0. I am thoroughly impressed with this. Now, Altra is a fairly new company. They've been around for a few years, and in such a short amount of time, they've gotten themselves a fantastic reputation. So with these shoes right here, they're what's called a zero-drop shoe. So what that means is that your heel and your toes are actually along the same exact plane. So what that does is actually gives you a more natural plant to your foot. In a traditional shoe, your heel is actually elevated from your toes, in which case it kind of switches up the muscles that are activated in your legs, as well as it puts a little bit more strain on your lower back. With these being zero drop and giving you a more natural plant and a more natural step, it actually helps stretch out your calves, your hamstrings, and also take some pressure off your lower back because of that. Now, since your heel is a little bit lower, going uphill, you will feel some more tension in your calf muscle, but that's just because you're taking a more natural step. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but it's something that you're going to adapt to, and your body's going to get strong to where you'll actually really enjoy it. And it's something that I've taken some time to get used to over these last few hikes. And for these last 2 hikes especially, my body's gotten used to that step, and needless to say, I really enjoy it. So one thing that separates Altra from traditional shoes is the way they design, especially their toe box. In a traditional shoe, you'll notice how it comes to kind of like a point at the front, almost like a triangle point. And now your feet are not shaped that way. So what it ends up doing is actually scrunching the balls, your toes, and scrunching the balls of your feet, and actually can put more strain on your feet. And this is where people really develop problems with plantar fasciitis. People also have stress fractures in their feet, and it's just because their feet are so cramped up that they can't just relax, and their foot can't just naturally lay inside their shoe. So what Altra decided to do was actually shape their toe box a little bit more squared off and a little bit more shaped like your actual foot. Your feet don't come to a point. What they do is they come up and then they kind of square off a little bit. So I was a little bit reluctant to get this shoe because of how wide it is in the toe box and how wide the shoe is naturally. However, from wearing it around the store and also from hiking around with it, the middle of your foot and your heel are really locked in nicely in the shoe. However, because of that wider toe box, it allows your feet to actually sprawl out and lay in here naturally and more relaxed. So hiking around these last couple weeks, my feet have actually felt as good at mile 0 as it did at mile 10. And that's what you really want to look for in a good hiking shoe. Now, my La Sportivas, I absolutely love my La Sportivas. I still love them, and I'm still probably going to use them in some of my backpacking trips. But I wanted to try out something new and get a feel for something new to see if it's something that I would enjoy down the road. Something that I really am impressed with this, especially, is the tread on the bottom and the lugs that they have placed there. One thing I really like is, one, they have some really nice substantial lugs. You know, you have the ones that are facing backwards up front on the front half of your foot, and then they reverse the tread on the bottom to act as a braking system down here. Really good on their part. As well as what I like is they spaced out the lugs really nicely, so it doesn't allow for mud and things to get clumped up in there, in which case you lose all your traction then. So the traction that I've been able to get with these over these last few hikes has been amazing. I've been really impressed with the traction. That's one knock against my La Sportivas that I have, is that they have a completely different tread pattern, and they don't really have the kind of lugs that these do. In which case I do notice, even on dry dirt and things, if it's loose and it's gravel, I'll still slip a little bit in my La Sportivas. With these, just the way they grip in, the way they're spaced out, holy smokes, do I get some really nice traction, no slipping or anything in them. I've been thoroughly impressed. Now, even though these are zero drop, they still have some really nice cushioning in the sole. You know, I was a little, there's no rock plate underneath there, so I was a little bit worried about them bottoming out on me. But that hasn't been an issue at all. Now, for me, yeah, I do use these trail running from time to time, but primarily I'm going to use these as a hiking shoe. So what I will end up doing is, if you go to Altra's website, you can actually order a rock plate that goes underneath the insole inside. And so that'll help against sharp rocks jabbing underneath so you don't feel them as much. So that might be something I will do in the future. However, I'm considering taking these on my backpacking trip this weekend. Just to get a better feel for them, to see how they really perform with a full load on my back, not just carrying like 10 to 12 pounds kind of thing. Just really impressed. They do have kind of like a little daisy sitting up front here, little ring sitting up front there, and they also have their Velcro strap in the back, which is to attach the Altra gaiters to them. They primarily have the trail running gaiters to prevent dirt and debris from getting down inside your shoes. Maybe something I'll look at in the future, but not something I'm really worried about right now. Very nice and lightweight, extremely nice and lightweight, lighter weight than my La Sportivas. Great ventilation. However, they also have some really nice structural stability on the side and also in the toes as well. So especially scraping against rocks and other things, it's going to increase the durability of the shoe. Again, the Altra Lone Peak 3.0, you know, this is just my first kind of impression of it so far. Obviously, I might do a more thorough review later on down the road, but I've been thoroughly impressed with it so far. Now, I myself, I have a really wide toe box, but my heel is a little bit narrow, so I needed something to allow my feet, my toes and my feet to relax, but still something that was going to lock in my ankle and my heel so I don't develop blisters. And this absolutely hit the nail out of the head. So if you are looking for some new hiking shoes, you have problems with toe rubs and everything, take a look at the Altras. As you can see, they come really nice and wide, and so that might help you with some of the problems that you've been having. So yeah, guys. So I've been super impressed with them so far. I'm super happy with them. They are extremely comfortable. Again, my feet have felt as good in them at mile 0 as they have at mile 10. And that's what you really want to look for in a really good hiking shoe. Now, as you know, it's something I've talked about in previous videos. I am planning on through hiking next year. So a lot of the shoes that you've been seeing me wear over the last 2 years is basically kind of like my R&D, my research and development a little bit on finding the perfect hiking shoe that I'm going to get for my through hike. In which case, when I finally find that perfect shoe that I know is super comfortable, it's going to last me for a lot of mileage, and I know as well I'm not going to develop problems in my feet, what I'm going to do is I'm going to order just a whole bunch of them, probably about 3 or 4 of them, to last me for the entirety of my through hike, so that I don't have to switch up shoes halfway down the road and then get used to brand new shoes again. I want to be able to put the same shoes on over and over and have the same feel through them. So, alright guys, so thanks a lot for following along on my day hike and allowing me to talk to you guys about my brand new trail runners, the Altra Lone Peak 3.0. Again, I'm seriously impressed with these so far. If you are looking for new trail runners, hey, at least stop into the store and at least try them out and see how they feel. You know, I'm really looking forward to this upcoming weekend, getting in some great mileage. I'm thinking about heading down into Virginia, maybe going through Sky Meadows State Park and also the roller coaster in there as well. And I'm super excited about my week-long trip coming up to start June. It's quite possible I might be heading up into New Jersey to do that one, which will help me out with some of my my rides and my pickups and things like that, as well as some of my food drop-offs, being closer to my family, just so on and so forth, because I'll be out on my own for that week for the entirety of it, pretty much. So thanks a lot, guys. I really appreciate you following along. Don't forget to subscribe down below to keep up to date with all my videos. Hit the like button if you thought this was pretty cool as well. Leave a comment down below or any questions that you have about the Altras or where I'll be hiking over the next few weeks. Thanks for all the support. I really appreciate it. Catch you guys on the next video. Baba Ganoush out.